hoping that you can hear me. I'm trying out these new earbuds. I think they're working fine. Leave me a comment if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know so I can get this going. But this interview that I'm about to do is going to be pretty amazing. Some of you have the opinion, and I totally get it, that pyramid schemes are scams and stupid and stuff like that. And I get it. There's good reason to feel that way in some instances. But what I would encourage you to do is take some notes on this one. This one's going to be really, really powerful. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Because this woman is a powerhouse player. She is a CEO, or she was a COO in a major corporation in education, no less, and has done extremely, extremely well in the network marketing industry. So I'm looking forward to you hearing from Melissa. When people used to say to me when I first got started in this industry, oh, it's one of those pyramid things, I would take it personally. Like, it's like, come on, this is not just one of those pyramid things, like it's some sort of scam or something like that. I would take it personally. Now I understand that it's just a matter of education. People don't have the proper information. And as wonderful as education is, they're oftentimes not taught like business concepts in school. They're not taught how to run a business. They're not taught about distribution systems. They're not taught about different business models. And so when you approach somebody with business, it throws up all sorts of red flags because it's unfamiliar. And when we're unfamiliar with something, oftentimes we attack it because we're scared of it. It's just naturally born into us and taught to us throughout generations and generations of just trying to survive. Like, the other is unfamiliar, and therefore we see it as a danger. So I'm really super excited to bring Melissa on. Let's see if I can do it here. How do I invite you, Melissa? Robka's watching, Chris is watching. I see you commenting, Melissa. I don't see how to invite you. Let's see. Search. Let's see if I can do this. Melissa. Nope, you're not one of my friends, Melissa, so I'm having a hard time. Oh, there she is. She wants to be part of the video. Awesome.
Hi. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on a second. I don't have volume. Can you hear me? I have no audio from you.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
it was these Bluetooth. That's just, they suck.
Tech-
I ordered a new pair.
Yeah, I know. I had my AirPods, but they were out of charge, so I'm on my old-fashioned ones.
I couldn't find my professional. I found like these in a drawer. I was like, well, let me quick charge them up and see if they work.
I know, right? Oh God, technology. It's like it helps us and it hurts us.
I'm so glad you're here. I have so many questions to
Oh,
ask
good.
you. I'm going to try and keep this short, but because I want to respect your time and everybody else's time.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm good.
I want to ask you, because you were a COO of an education company in the education industry, right?
Yes.
What are you doing in network marketing?
I know.
What does a successful person in corporate America see in this industry?
Yeah. You know what? That I get that question all the time. And I was, not only did I have a successful career, but I was a number one skeptic. I thought that these companies were cheesy. I didn't want anything to do with sales or having parties or bugging my friends and family or anything like that. I mean, I don't have a sales bone in my body. And bigger than that, I loved my career. I loved it. I was very fulfilled by it. I made a great, 6-figure income. I was using my degree. I was fulfilled. I loved working with people. I mean, it was, a really, really amazing situation for me. But so I had all that kind of financial freedom, right? But what I was missing in my corporate career was time freedom. And, for me, as my kids got older, and my youngest, I have three kids, they're 4, 8, and 10 now. But when my youngest was one, I knew I was done having kids, and I can just feel the days going by so fast. And, it seemed to get shorter and shorter and shorter. And I just saw time slipping away. And so I decided to leave. I decided to leave my corporate career to be home with my kids. And I thought I would just do that. I thought that would be, kind of how my chapter ended right then and there. But at the same time, I really loved work and I missed it. I missed work, but I just didn't want to go back full time. And I needed to find something where I could still use my skills, where I could still feel fulfilled, where I can have something that was just for me and where I could make money. And so network marketing, that's where it came in for me. It's that perfect balance of time freedom and financial freedom. I get to be my own boss. I still get to work with people. I get to make decisions. I still get to lead. It's just in a different space. And, I thank God that I was open enough to take a look and to not think, that I'm better than that, because there was a point in time, God's honest truth, that I saw all my friends doing this and thought, oh my God, like, what are they doing? They have lost their minds. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. And now, like, I replaced it with V3, but, but it really, I'm so grateful that I allowed myself that moment to feel a little uncomfortable. And then I just dove in.
What is that like what was that like for you? You can't speak for every professional out there, but what was that like
Yeah.
for you? Like, was it like a pride thing of like, I just
Yeah.
don't like, oh, that's kind of beneath me,
It was a pride thing. It was a
Yeah.
total pride thing. I thought, what? I have invested a lot in my education. I've invested a lot in my career. I was very proud of the fact that I moved my way through this company where I really did start at the bottom in this education company, and I worked my way up at a young age, and I was really, really proud of that. I loved that I was contributing to our family. I loved that I at one point carried the health insurance. Like, all that stuff was a pride thing for me, for sure. And it but I just didn't really, and I truly just didn't understand this industry. I really did look at it like a Mary Kay, like, no offense to Mary Kay, great company, but I saw my mom, 20, 30 years ago, carting around a suitcase of makeup, going door to door and having home parties and shipping things and carrying all this inventory. And I thought that that's what this was, and it's not. I didn't understand the framework of network marketing. I didn't understand how it fit in as a business. I didn't understand that I was a business owner. And now, I just have a completely different understanding of it. I've far surpassed my corporate salary that I was making, and I get to do, my day is what I make. I mean, literally, I'm a big whiteboard person. I'm very, very organized. And, you have to be, I think, when you have three kids. And so I woke up this morning, and my kids really love to, rather than answering the question all day long of what are we going to do today? What's going on today? What are we doing today? I keep a whiteboard of here's what Mommy's doing. Here's what Claire's doing. Here's what Owen's doing, and Aiden. And, and I it was a blank slate this morning. I got to figure out, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do this as a family, and you guys are going to do this. And there's no 9 to 5 work. Nope.
Right. Right. So you come from the education system. Obviously, you're
Mm-hmm.
super well educated, super driven, super focused, high,
Yep.
income earners kind of thing. What is the value? Because there's tons of companies out there, and I say this all the time. Like when people say to me, like, "Oh, you're in one of those," it's one of those pyramid things.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah,
That used to
yeah. I
really
love that.
offend me. They used to really,
Yeah,
really irritate me. I realize
yeah,
now that it's ignorance on
yeah,
their, and I don't mean that
yep,
in a negative way. It's just they don't know.
yeah.
Like education has done a wonderful job of teaching people a lot of wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
Business isn't one of them. And so when they're
Right.
faced with, hey, this is a business opportunity, this is the language of business,
Yeah.
they get defensive and they get scared. And then also there's also the history of charting things around door to door and
Yeah.
things like that. What is the value, in your opinion, of Overcome Nation and what
Mm-hmm.
that's brought to you as a highly educated person
Yeah.
to business and to networking?
Yeah, so it's brought a system, and that to me, and it's brought education, and it's brought, I mean, really education. You know, that's the thing is network marketing has gotten a bad reputation over the years because it doesn't. You don't go to school to become a network marketer. You don't. There's no clear system in place. There's certainly a lot of people out there that are selling their system, and people that will charge you an arm and a leg for coaching and for accountability groups and for all these different things outside of the company that you're in. And so, sure, that's been turned into a business. Bravo to
Yeah,
them. I mean, they figured out how to way to monetize help, to monetize
correct.
the support that we're not getting. And I get that. Like most people and most companies need that. And so what we do though is we provide that in-house through our team. We provide, and we're providing it to me in a way that is so much more accessible because it's customized. I mean, not only, so our, just to kind of back it up, I mean, we have our team. So we've got our company Viseo, and within that company, there are different teams, right? And those are started by different leaders. And and different leadership emerges from those teams. So the team that we're part of is Overcome Nation. That was founded by Rick Gutman. And, Rick has been in network marketing for over 15 years. He's made millions and millions of dollars. He's been, known as one of the top paid earners at some points during his career. Not only that, though, he studied, under Robert Kiyosaki, he studied small business, he studied real estate, he studied investments, he studied all of those things outside of network marketing. He's done real estate investments. He's been in traditional business. He owned a tile company. He worked as a tiler. He, was in gemstones for a little while. Like he's, diamonds, gemstones. So he's been kind of out there in the real world, and really understands the two and how you can bring the two together. And so when Rick decided to come out of retirement, and join Viseo, he decided he was going to do it his way, and he was going to do it by forming a business school as part of his team and providing real education and sort of flipping how we do network marketing. And so, it's not just leading with the product, a lot of hype, a lot of emotionalism, a lot of fear of missing out, all that stuff that you see network marketers leading with. He doesn't. We lead with the business. He teaches us about network marketing. He teaches us to teach people how we get paid, how you can develop wealth over time, why this is a profession, it's a profession. It's not a side gig. It's not, a hobby, or not just trying to make some extra money on the side. I mean, I will never go back to my corporate job. I never will. I'll never go back to teaching. And this is my profession. And so, he provides that support. We get education four nights a week in general. You can watch that live. You can watch it on a replay. It's mostly Rick. We've got another, leaders that will contribute on a regular basis. But the result of all of that is we have people, no matter how educated you are, no matter if you've done network marketing or you're new to it, or you've made six figures already in it, or you've not made $1 and all you've done is spend six figures, it doesn't matter. We've got small business owners, we've got men, we've got women, we've got, entrepreneurs, we've got doctors, all kinds of different professions all come together in this space, and we are talking the same, speaking the same language, learning the same thing, figuring out how, and really what that does is it creates confidence, it creates posture, it creates retention, it creates duplication. And those are all the things that every network marketer wants, and you need, because otherwise, when I didn't have that, I was in a great company with a great product, but not that system. And so I was constantly replacing and putting my products on sale at the end of the month. Like I think today's the last day of July. I guarantee you, I will go on Facebook. I hate Facebook on the last day of the month because it's garbage. And I say that, it sounds mean, but like I was part of that garbage before,
Yep.
like, and it's like, oh God, like, please stop selling, discounting your product on the last day of the month just to meet your goals. It's so obvious. And so, I mean, we learn a different way. You don't know what you don't know. I didn't know, I didn't know any better. And now I know better, and I have a better, stronger business because of it. And so do my people.
For sure. So my last question, I'll let you go, because again, I don't want to take up everybody's time. And thank you so much. This is so valuable.
Oh, you're
for so many
welcome.
people. I hope people
Yeah,
out
of
there
course.
just on this, because this is really important, and it is what
Yeah.
sets great network marketers apart from 98% of the rest of the people. This is the kind of things that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
How does a professional like yourself, who I'm sure when you were a CEO of your company, and you have family, you have kid obligations, you have being pulled in so many different directions. How
Yeah.
does somebody like yourself with that kind of pedigree fit network marketing into that kind of schedule?
Yeah, it takes, you have to have a big enough why. You have to have a big enough reason why you want to do this and what this could do for you. So for me, once I decided that this wasn't just about an extra $200 a month or an extra $500 a month of that I wanted replacement income. I wanted to match and then exceed my corporate salary. I realized that I needed to make the time to do it. And I think so many people, when they look at it as side money, they treat it as a side gig. They're not putting in the time that they need. And it's not even the time. It's actually, you can, there's a misconception that, in order to make what you can make in this over time, that you need to put in 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was working 40 to 60 hours a week, I would not be doing this, because that's exactly what I was trying to get away from. It doesn't matter if those 40 to 60 hours are flexible. That's still a lot of time. And so, for me, I have been able to build what I've built, and, in the beginning, in 5 to 10 hours a week. Now, obviously a little bit more than that. I have a team of 2,700 people. I don't talk to all 2,700 people every day. And if everyone puts in 1 hour every day, guess what? My business just produced 2,700 hours in a 24-hour period. I mean, do the math on that. That's over, well, I think it's over 100 hours per hour. So, that's the benefit of having a system. And so first of all, yes, you don't need to have, full-time hours to make full-time pay. Many people do this in addition to their full-time job. I was doing HR consulting when I started this. And, I've got 3 kids. I'm very, very busy. I'm a single mom. I mean, I work out, I have hobbies, I have interests, I have a social life. Like, I'm a go, go, go kind of person. I need to be very, very, what's the word? Intentional about when I do things. And so I am, I make sure that I carve out time for my Facebook Lives. Those are part of my schedule. I schedule it just like I would schedule a work meeting. I have time carved out to be on social media or to be talking to people, but it's not a lot of time. That's the thing. Like, it's not a lot of time. The rest of my time, I do it. I'm driving, I'm on the go, I'm talking to people. And at the end of the day, this business is just about talking to people. And so if I can, I was traveling yesterday, I was in the airport, I'm talking to people. I go to Starbucks, I'm talking to people. I go to the gym, I'm using my product, I'm talking to people. I would be doing that anyway. I'm waiting in line somewhere. I'm scrolling through, I'm answering my messages. You can do so much of this on the go. You don't need to be sitting at a computer, having a 4-hour time period where you can get your work done. And so, I gave up TV. I don't, the only books that I read now are for personal development, but I'm a better person because of it, and I've been able to really, really expand my capacity in a lot of ways, get over a lot of my own fears and insecurities and things like that so that I can be successful over here. And, it's all been worth it. So yeah, I guess the quick answer would be I do it intentionally, but I also have the benefit of having a flexibility in where I work, when I work, and how I work, and I don't waste a lot of time. I just don't waste a lot of time. Life's too short.
It is. It goes by fast, especially when you have kids. You
Yeah.
really start to feel that wheel spinning faster and faster.
Oh yeah, for sure,
It's
for
amazing
sure.
how it puts it in perspective.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
much
absolutely.
for doing this and being part of this. Before you go,
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
have any words of wisdom for people out there who are professionals, who are
yeah.
power shakers and stuff like that? What do
Mhm.
you recommend they do? How did you approach looking at network marketing, deciding that it was a good fit for you?
Well, the moment that I realized that it was a franchise system, that's when it really all clicked into place for me. When I saw it not just as this like direct selling company, but more that it was a franchise. It was an invisible franchise that were a system of duplication, just like Target or Starbucks or McDonald's or McDonald's has got to be the most popular franchise out there, right? We are the same. We're just doing business in the 21st century. So we're doing it from our home. We're doing it without the brick and mortar stores. That's when I started to see, okay, like this is a system of business that makes sense, that's been working for decades and decades and decades. And, if I could grow another stream of income, because at the time, like I said, I was also working, I was still doing HR consulting. I just wanted another stream of income. And I think most business-minded people, most people that understand opportunity can look at this and say, very little initial investment, very little overhead, very few hours involved in a 3 to 5 year time period, you can develop a 6-figure income. that's going to click into place for most people. Most business-minded people are going to get that, and that's why you see so many people joining our team that are those business-minded professionals. Now, the people that don't get it, the people that explain it away, they're just not ask questions. They're just not open-minded yet. And I was the same way. I said, oh, so many people fail, but then I realized, do you know why people fail? Because they quit, because they don't have time. They don't have that time strength. They don't realize that. Like I had someone reach out this morning who was struggling and said, I just haven't had the success yet. And I'm doing all these things and I haven't had the success yet. Like, why don't I have the income yet? And I said, you've been doing this for 3 months. Like, if you opened any other business, would you expect to be 100% profitable in 3 months? No. But people expect, because they hear these stories of people like myself or anyone, any of the leaders that have sort of made it. I was in this industry for 3 years before I made it. Keep that in mind. It wasn't overnight. And people are so, I don't know how I got on this tangent. Sorry.
It's good. Go.
People are so obsessed with that instant gratification lately. And it's like we make fun of kids and millennials for that instant gratification. Adults are no different. Let me tell you. So I think if you can see the value in this, is an opportunity for you to build passive income that works even when you're not working, because you've built a system of people that are ordering and have customers and are gaining business partners, and that goes multi-generations, no cap on the number of generations. If you could see that, I think more people would be in, right? Like, they would get it. And so I think if you're one of those people that's kind of like, this makes a little bit of sense. I still think it's probably a pyramid scheme, but like, maybe pyramid schemes aren't bad. I was in a pyramid scheme. I was at the top. I was the chief operations officer, one person above me. No one could out earn me. No one could take my job. That's kind of the same thing, right? What we do is opposite of that. Anyone could out earn you. Anyone can pass you up in rank. It's a very fair system of franchising. So I guess that's my last thing that I would say.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I am definitely going to go back and watch this and take notes myself. Thank you so much, Melissa.
You're welcome, Ben. It was good. Yeah, thanks.
I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of value out of this, and you're going to help open a lot of eyes to the value of this industry and what it can do for people. Thank you so much. Oh no, I froze. You froze. So I'm going to end it here. Guys, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out, comment, just send me a direct message.